Good Monday evening and welcome to Paul S. McBrayer Arena on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University in Richmond in the Commonwealth. And we are in regional play, the 11th region to be sure. My name is Bill Needle along with videographer Kevin Conrad, our associate producer Mary Hawkins right to my right. We are on a college floor, and we have got Scott County against the Bulldogs of Paul Lawrence Dunbar, the number one team in Region 11R PLD. Scott County, number 5 in Region 11. Paul Dunbar is number 11 in the state of Kentucky in the Dave Cantrell rankings that came out in the Lexington Herald-Leader earlier today. Scott County earned the right to advance to this regional tournament by beating Henry Clay 1 week ago tonight, and then in the 42nd District Championship game on Friday night at Henry Clay, Scott County lost 64-54 to Bryan Station. The defenders have advanced. They will play in the lower bracket. Bryan Station will take on Franklin County. That'll be tomorrow night at 8:15. But for now, it's Scott County and P.L. Dunbar. P.L. Dunbar, under first-year coach Sarah Van Horn, has more than doubled last season's victory total. They come in with a record of 25-6. Last year, they were 12-23. Scott County, 13-19, the worst season from left to right. That is east to west, in case you're interested in a GPS setting for tonight's game. Christopher has it, almost in the center circle. Mary Logsdon high on the right side of the forecourt. Logsdon around a pick from Amon Guy. Logsdon pull-up jumper from the right elbow, catches no iron off the glass into the hands of Amon Guy. Christopher on the dribble. Second offensive thrust for Scott County. Logsdon high on the right side. Gwynn sets a pick. Logsdon refuses it. Logsdon throws the ball into the middle, throws it away. Picked up by Jordan Fender. Fender on the run, lays it up, lays it in. First blood, Paul Dunbar. 2 points for Jordan Fender. She averages 12.6 per game. Scott County has it deflected out of bounds. Logsdon will inbound it in front of our broadcast position. 7:05 just underway in the first period. Jordan Fender's basket gave Paul Dunbar its first two of the game. Logsdon, long three off the front of the rim. Rebound taken away by Lakina Parks. McEldowney, 6 for 6 last time from three. Not that time, though. Tereka Gwynn the rebound. Scott County coming back from left to right. And Adriana Christopher throws it over the head of Mary Logsdon. Throws it out of bounds. That is the second turnover against Scott County. Kiera Muhammad plays the point for the Dunbar Bulldogs. Scott County. Danielle DeFore went for the rebound, and it was knocked out of bounds by Lexus Edwards, who has entered the game for P.L. Dunbar. Lexus Edwards is a 5'7" junior. Edwards. That's Allie Conrad with the basketball, guarded by McEldowney. Conrad has a speed advantage on that one. Danielle DeFore with it almost at half court. Gets rid of it to Christopher. Christopher, pull-up jumper, right elbow, off the front of the rim. Marika Buchanan fighting for the rebound, has it knocked out of bounds by Lexus Edwards. Marika Buchanan will always give you 110%, getting quality minutes in the early going, 2:43 to play in the first period. Christopher to inbound, right side of the backboard as you face it. Christopher has her target fall down. Muhammad knocked it out of bounds. She was trying to tip it ahead to Jordan Fender. That's a two-person fast break, and they both can fly. Muhammad got a hand on it. She tried to tip it ahead to Fender, who was breaking to the basket, and tipped it out of bounds. Scott County caught a break there. 2:41 to play in the first. Cardinals lead it 6-5. Christopher on the handle, guarded by Muhammad. Christopher, pull-up jumper, left elbow, fall away, too strong. Rebound, Lakina Park. Parks outlet to Fender. Fender on the run. She knows one speed, real fast. Parks trails into the paint, and she is fouled and will go to the line for a pair. Foul against Scott County. Foul against Tereka Gwynn. That is the first against Tereka, the third against Scott County. Lakina Parks at the free throw line. 63% free throw shooter. Had 8 points against Scott County on December 2nd, and that is her first point of the night. Parks will have another shot. We're tied at 6, 2:25 to play in the first period. Parks, a right-hand shooter, wears number 44. She eyes it, she ups it, she hits it. 2 points for Lakina Parks. Dunbar with a 1-point lead, 7-6. Christopher finds the handle, throws it away, picked up by Morgan McEldowney. McEldowney heads to the hoop, and she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. On the foul line, Scott County out-rebounding Dunbar 16-15. Scott County has turned the ball over, however, total of 5 times. Leading scorer in the ball game, 6 points for Tereka Gwynn and 6 for Shakima Jackson. Jackson off the bench with 2 3-point goals. Dunbar with the basketball. Second quarter underway. They lead it 15-8. Kiara Muhammad now high on the left side on the dribble. Head of the key. Jordan Fender around the horn to Parks. Parks, a 15-footer, is good from the mid-post on the left side. It's 4 for Lakima Parks. Quickly down the floor. Scott County's Mary Logsdon, guarded by Jordan Fender. Logsdon to Conrad. Conrad to Christopher, way up on the left side. Christopher, guarded by Kiara Muhammad. Christopher into the paint, pull-up jumper, foul line. Air ball, or not an air ball, didn't hit the rim, hit the backboard. Muhammad the rebound, ahead to McEldowney. McEldowney on the run, lays it up, no good. And there's a foul called on the play after the shot was missed. Personal foul goes against P.L. Dunbar. And the foul is against Jordan Fender, and that is the first foul on Jordan Fender. Third team foul against Dunbar. Scissors cut to Logsdon, jumper at the head of the key. Too strong. Rebound, Kiara Muhammad, ahead to Fender. Fender on the run, lays it up, lays it in. I told you they could run. First 2 of the night for Jordan Fender. Dunbar leads at 19-8. 30-second timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll hear from the good people at
Georgetown is great cars, great football, great people, and great Galvin's food. How about a specialty sandwich? Philly and Stromboli from Galvin's, voted best local restaurant in Georgetown. Bring the whole family any day of the week, now that we're open on Sundays from 10 to 1 for brunch and the NFL Sunday ticket. You watch the game and we'll make the munchies, like our signature pizza.
After these words from Jimmy Johns.
Hello? Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's.
That's fast.
Jimmy John's, freaky fast delivery.
Number 1 team in the region, P.L. Dunbar, with a 12-point lead, 23-11 over Scott County, 3:42 to play in the first half. Dunbar with a basketball, Kiara Muhammad on the dribble. 1-2-2 zone for Scott County. Muhammad at the head of the key. She moves it to the left side. McEldowney for 3, deep in the left corner, off the rim. Danielle DeFore got a hand on it, knocked out of bounds by Alexis Edwards. Lakina Parks back in the ball game, replacing Morgan McEldowney. McEldowney with 3 points, all on free throws. Parks into the game with 6. Christopher on a press break, on the run. Throws it over the head of Danielle DeFore. Tried to get rid of it a little too quickly, and it was knocked out of bounds, fortunately, by Shakima Jackson. Scott County down by 7, 25-18. McEldowney is out. India Ragland is in for the Bulldogs. 34 seconds to play as Rachel Young weaves through traffic and has it knocked out of her hands. Loose on the floor. Rachel Young and India Ragland are tied up, and the possession arrow goes the way of Scott County. 27.7 seconds to play in the first half. Dunbar leads it 25-18. Cardinals shooting 29% from the floor on 7 of 32. Not much better are the Bulldogs. 9 of 35 for 25.7%. Christopher with it, guarded by Muhammad. Christopher backs it out almost to half court. Muhammad right in front of her. Christopher tries to go through traffic. Gets it to Logsdon. DeFore, a big three, nowhere near the rim. Rebound Ragland. Ahead to Jackson. Jackson on the run. She's fouled in the act of shooting. The basket counts. She'll go to the line. Off the bench, Shakima Jackson with 8 points, looking for 9, which would make her the game's high scorer. She had 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals off the bench against Scott County in the second game of the year, the only other time these teams met. Jackson's throw is perfect. It's 9 for Shakima Jackson. Logsdon forces up a wild one, and it goes at the buzzer. We have played a half at the end of the first half. P.L. Dunbar, the number 1 team in Regional 11.
Scott County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specializing in outpatient orthopedics, sports and industrial rehab, neurological rehabilitation, low back pain, neck pain, and arthritic conditions. Our mission is to provide the highest quality physical therapy to assist each individual and the community at large. Scott County Physical Therapy, a journey to wellness. To contact the physical therapist and Scott County Physical Therapy, please dial 502-863-4242. Scott County Physical Therapy is the title sponsor for Scott County Athletics.
People's Exchange Bank doesn't think you can get where you want to go by cutting corners, playing games, or sacrificing relationships. Roots take time to grow and give strength and stability. Since 1912, our banks and our people have been part of your community. And while our services continue to keep pace with your need for today's high-tech conveniences, we know that loyalty never grows old. You don't just need a bank, you need people. People's Exchange Bank. People serving people since 1912.
Off to college doesn't have to mean being far from home. As you plan for college, be sure to look closely at Georgetown College. Ranked one of America's top liberal arts colleges, Georgetown is the only Kentucky college recognized as both one of America's best Christian colleges and one of the 100 best college buys. Come spend a day at Georgetown, visit classes, meet the professors, and find out about financial aid. See why we're like no other school, and how you can catch the spirit of Georgetown College.
Our primary fundamental belief is that better ingredients, better pizza is quality, and that's what Papa John's is all about. Nobody does what Papa John's does.
Right now, get any large pizza with your choice of toppings, even our signature specialties, only $11. That's right. Order now at papajohns.com and get any large pizza with any toppings, just $11, only at papajohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Halftime continues at McBrayer Arena in Richmond. Scott County down by 8, 28-20. Gave you the team numbers prior to our last break. These are the individual scoring and rebounding totals. Scott County led in scoring by Mary Logsdon with 8 points. 6 points for Tereka Gwynn.
People's Exchange Bank doesn't think you can get where you want to go by cutting corners, playing games, or sacrificing relationships. Roots take time to grow and give strength and stability. Since 1912, our banks and our people have been part of your community. And while our services continue to keep pace with your need for today's high-tech conveniences, we know that loyalty never grows old. You don't just need a bank, you need people. People's Exchange Bank. People serving people since 1912.
Our primary fundamental belief is that better ingredients, better pizza is quality, and that's what Papa John's is all about. Nobody does what Papa John's does.
Right now, get any large pizza with your choice of toppings, even our signature specialties, only $11. That's right. Order now at papajohns.com and get any large pizza with any toppings, just $11, only at papajohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
The Thomas & King Leadership and Conference Center at Georgetown College is a full-service facility. The 4,800-square-foot banquet room accommodates large groups or can be divided into 2 separate banquet rooms for smaller groups. This full-service facility offers an exciting alternative to businesses and organizations for meetings, conferences, and employee training. We also offer catering services ranging from small-scale luncheons to large-scale wedding receptions. Call the Conference Center to plan your next event.
Muhammad with it. Muhammad defender. Fender has it blocked by Amon Guy. Guy keeps it inbounds to Logsdon. Logsdon on the run. Logsdon in the middle. Jordan Fender will be replaced by Shakima Jackson. Fender being helped to a seat behind the bench. We're tied at 28, 5:30 to play in the third period. Scott County has come back from as many as 14 down. Shakima Jackson replacing Fender in the Dunbar lineup. That's Lakina Parks. Lakina Parks travels. Tried to dribble through a 2-1-2 zone with the Amon Guy right in the middle of the 2-1-2 in the middle of the paint. Decisions. Here's Christopher being guarded by Muhammad. Christopher leaves it for Amon Guy, who shuffles her feet and turns it over. Turnover number 15 against Scott County. Kiara Muhammad without her running mate Jordan Fender in the backcourt. Not that Shakima Jackson is any slouch. Shakima Jackson had 9 points in the first half off the bench. McEldowney with it, high on the left side. McEldowney into the paint. McEldowney runner in the lane, grazes the front of the rim. Christopher with it on the run. Christopher, top speed to the hoop, drops it down for Allie Conrad. Conrad wanted a foul, didn't get the call. Jackson the rebound, outlet to Muhammad. Muhammad to McEldowney. McEldowney in transition, lays it up and in. 5 points for Morgan McEldowney. 2-point lead for Dunbar. And riding Mary Logsdon like it's a rodeo is Shakima Jackson. That's first foul on Jackson. Second foul this half. Jordan Fender sitting on the bench at the end with her leg in ice, her ankle in ice. Lexus Edwards with it, left foul line extended. Around to Muhammad, right foul line extended. Parks in the paint, kick out to Muhammad. Good ball movement by Dunbar. Lexus Edwards, a runner in the lane, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds by Tereka Gwynn. Tereka Gwynn with 12 points and 18 rebounds on the night. What a performance by Gwynn. Muhammad has it at the head of the key. Right foul line extended, McEldowney. Pull-up jumper on the baseline. Around the rim, no good. Rebound, Amon Guy. Outlet to Christopher. Ahead of the pack. Tereka Gwynn lays it up and in! Tereka Gwynn with 14 on a fine find by Nana Christopher. Cardinals by 6. Parks in the paint. Clears Mary Logsdon out, and Mary Logsdon is going to be the whistle. Adding insult to injury is the best way to put this. Mary Logsdon got her clock cleaned by Lakina Parks, and Logsdon got whistled for the foul. That's the first foul on Mary. Parks will go to the free throw line where she is perfect. 2 for 2 on the night. Minute 30. Brings it out to Muhammad between the circles. Parks, jumper, foul line, good. 9 points for Lakina Parks. Scott County up by 1, 40-39. Christopher ahead to DeFore. Head of the key. Gwynn around the horn to Logsdon. Logsdon down low. Gwynn, fall away, too strong. Amon Guy knocked it out of bounds, out of the hands of Lakina Parks. 6 minutes, 49 seconds left in the season for one of these two teams. Number 11 in the state, Paul Dunbar, playing without their spark plug guard, Jordan Fender. Scott County getting a great game from everyone. Kiara Muhammad into the front court. High on the left, Jackson. Jackson. Lexus Edwards has it blocked by Tereka Gwynn. Ahead of the pack, Danielle DeFore. DeFore lays it up and in. A great feed from Adriana Christopher. 7 for Danielle DeFore. Cardinals up by 3. On the baseline. Foul line jumper. Parks, too strong. The game, a 60% free throw shooter. Missed the first one. Logsdon will have one more into the ball game. Shakima Jackson replaces India Ragland. Ragland did a job. She hit the basket that put Dunbar ahead by 47-46. Logsdon can tie it with this free throw. She missed it. Rebound, Tereka Gwynn. Gwynn out to Logsdon. Can't say enough about what Tereka Gwynn has done. Christopher just shot an air ball. She took an NBA three-pointer and hit nothing. .408 to play in the game. Dunbar by 1, 47-46. Shakima Jackson to Ragland at the foul line. High-low to Brooke Todd, stolen by Tereka Gwynn. Christopher has the basketball into the front court. DeFour shows and goes to the baseline, left side. Hits Christopher. Christopher pull-up jumper and missed the jump shot. Rebound, Shakima Jackson runs in on Logsdon. Logsdon hacked her. She's going to make sure that Jackson didn't get that basket. Second foul on Logsdon makes Shakima Jackson beat her at the free throw line. Shakima Jackson, 68% free throw. Doesn't matter what the first 4 free throws were. These 2 matter. The first one is perfect. Tereka Gwynn, 17 points. She can give Scott County a 1-point lead with 1:32 to play. Tereka Gwynn's free throw is good. Scott County by 1, 50-49. A minute and a half to play in the game. McEldowney to Muhammad. Nobody's on her. Kiara Muhammad came wide open. She was fouled as she drove to the hoop. Nobody guarded her. Came wide open. Adriana Christopher committed the foul. That's the first on Christopher. And now Kiara Muhammad, who has not been to the free throw line tonight, who came into the game a 70% free throw shooter, will try to put her team into a tie. The first throw is no good. Muhammad will have another one. She can tie it at 50. Minute 23 to play. Dunbar 9 of 15 from the free throw line. Second throw from Muhammad is up. We're tied at 50. 11 points for Kiara Muhammad. Adriana Christopher on the dribble. Christopher to Logsdon. Right foul and extended to Gwynn. Around the horn to Conrad. Conrad is a buzzer beater. Keep that in mind. She will take and make the big shot. Steve Helton calls a full timeout to avoid a 5-second quarter. Kiara Muhammad into the ball game, a 70% free throw shooter. She'll have 2 shots. Muhammad spins the ball, eyes the rim, ups the shot, and hits it. It's a dozen for Kiara Muhammad. Danielle DeFour replaces Amon Guy for 3-point power in the Scott County lineup. Amon Guy to the bench with 11 rebounds. Kiara Muhammad will have one more. Cool, calm, and collected Kiara Muhammad, 5'4" junior, has 12 points on the game. Her second throw, perfect. 13 points for Kiara Muhammad. Scott County down 5, 57-52. Christopher has it knocked away from behind into the hands of Lexus Edwards. Kiara Muhammad dribbles away until Danielle DeFour fouls her with 12.4 seconds to go. Scott County, an inability to execute down the stretch. Kiara Muhammad and the Dunbar Bulldogs 12.4 seconds away from advancing to match up with Woodford County on Friday night. Muhammad eyes it. She ups it. She hits it. With the exception of Morgan McEldowney, who is 0 for 4, and Muhammad misses it. Tereka Gwynn with a Tereka Gwynn. Inside the rebounding numbers, in the paint, Scott County had 38 points to 28 for Paul Dunbar. 23 offensive rebounds gave Scott County 16 second chance points. Scott County turned the ball over 22 times. It led to 18 points for Paul Dunbar. Dunbar turned it over only 11 times. It led to 12 points for Scott County. Individually speaking, each team had 3 players in double figures. Leading scorer in the game, 18 points for Tereka Gwynn to go along with her 25 rebounds, 14 for Mary Logston in her final game as a Cardinal to go along with 9 rebounds and 4 assists and 3 block shots. A great game for Mary Logston in her final performance in a Scott County uniform. Also in double figures, Adriana Christopher, who had 11 points. Leading scorers for Paul Dunbar, 14 apiece for Shakima Jackson and Lexus Edwards, each of them off the bench, in place of Jordan Fender, who injured her right ankle in the first half and did not play again. 10 for Morgan McEldowney,